It's time for the Greg Hollinden Show. Learn each week what's going on in Tell City Marksman basketball. Brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Millie Brosper Communications.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to the inaugural Greg Hollinden Show. And Coach, young team, young season. Why don't you preview your team for us?
Yeah, like you said, a young team, somewhat inexperienced with a little bit of experience thrown in there, but we're young. We just kind of started the season here this past week. We've been going for about a month here in practice-wise. But, one senior, two juniors, one junior that plays varsity, one that plays JV, and then the rest are sophomores and freshmen. We got 5 freshmen and about 12, 13-ish sophomores. So big, younger, underclassmen kind of presence there, but very young, very hungry team, ready to get going and ready to learn and get better. But definitely young is the theme for the season there.
Yeah, when I was looking at your roster, it seemed like all I was seeing was sophomores.
Yeah. No, yeah, and that we knew that kind of coming into the season. We had a few surprises, some other guys come out. I think we maybe had around 10 last year, freshmen, and that, maybe not even that, maybe I think it was around 8. But we had some more that kind of expressed, hey, we want to give it a go, and we're willing to give younger guys like that an opportunity when we're already young. If we can get somebody that we think might have potential down the road, maybe not this year, and we figured why not. So, yeah, mostly sophomores, and we're trying to get them as much playing time as we can, both at the JV and the varsity level.
And as I think it was, I don't remember who it was in football coach, I was talking to a young team, and I said, and at the end of the season, I said, the great thing is sophomores become juniors and juniors become seniors.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't have to worry about any seniors, too many at least, leaving us. So, and with that becomes excitement. As much as we're going to struggle with being young and different things like that, I think they all kind of understand, well, I'm just a sophomore. I got 2 more years to kind of keep developing and keep pushing it. So, and it helps with the rebuilding mentality, that mindset.
And we're back on the Greg Hollinden Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Millie Brosper Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Greg Hollinden Show. And Coach, last week you played Perry Central. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Well, it was a rough night for sure. That's how I would recap it if I had to do it in one sentence. We were obviously young. We knew they were going to be bigger, physical, stronger. But we didn't come out really well, honestly. And one thing we're going to hang our hat on this year, and I said it, in our local press and everybody that would listen here, is where we lack in talent, we're gonna work even harder and at least show some pride to have that TC on our chest. And our guys just kind of crumbled under the big lights. It was a packed house. It was at Perry, smaller gym, bright lights. There wasn't a seat available, and we just kind of had that nervous, we're all freshmen, sophomores panic that you see out of a young team a lot of times. We finally settled down a little bit in the second half. We're able to get some points up, but it was a rough night overall. I won't sugarcoat it, and just like I didn't sugarcoat it after the game and this whole week of practice. But I think it was a good learning experience for our guys, to understand, hey, this is where we want to be, this is where we need to go. But at the same time, we can't wilt under the bright lights. We've got to step up to those challenges, and so we learned a little bit, but it was a struggle.
And even before I looked at your roster, just when I was watching the game, I could tell just by looking at your kids that you had a young team.
Oh yeah, you could see it physically. The other team. The first thing I noticed when I watched the game film that night when we got home was just, man, they're a lot bigger on film than I even comprehended on the sideline. Big, strong. We don't have that, so we've got to find other ways to make up for that. And I think we were able to see some different things that we can do where we lack strength. We can kind of build up some other areas.
And we'll be back on the Greg Hollinden Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Miller Grossford Communications.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today. Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information.
And welcome back to the Greg Hollinden Show. And Coach, this week you take on Princeton on Friday and Forest Park on Saturday. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Yeah, so we're traveling to Princeton on Friday. Actually got an opportunity over the weekend to see them. They're returning a lot of players this year. It's going to be an exciting game. A really athletic Princeton team that likes to get up and down the court fast. So it's going to be a little bit of a similar matchup that we had with Perry Central. So we're not going to see too much, no curveballs, nothing there. But a really talented, I think, Princeton team that I think our guys have a good opportunity to build on and to get some good experience there. So we're excited to go there. I don't think we've been there. They joined the PAC 3 years ago. They're part of the big merge. So I personally haven't been there since I was in high school. So I'm kind of excited to get back there. They got a cool gym there over in Princeton. It's really similar to our gym here in Tell City. It's almost kind of a replica kind of deal. So Good experience for us there. Saturday, we're finally have our first home game. I think the kids are really excited for that. Going against Forest Park, longtime PAC opponent, sectional opponent as well. They're returning a few players there that are pretty talented with Reed Howard and Jaceburg, a couple guys there. They're off to a good start against Crawford. So we at least get a little advantage there. It's going to be our third game of the year. That's going to be their second. So we're hoping we can bring the energy, kind of get those home vibes. Everybody's going to be playing against our hometown. So I think the kids are really excited for that. And it's a similar team to us. They lost a lot. They're kind of younger. They're rebuilding something. New coach with Coach Messmer over there. He's doing good things. And so, two great matchups. We're excited to get going. I think it's going to help us kind of develop a little bit faster than we anticipated, having 3 tough opponents right off the rip. And so we're excited for that, and then to carry that over as we get midway through the year.
And also, you get to play your first home game, but more importantly this weekend, also you get to play your first 2 PAC games.
And we're excited to get that rolling as well. I mean, we have so many. Our conference is so tough, and it's so huge now. We rarely have any opponents that aren't going to be conference after this next weekend. I think we've got maybe 2 more, and then that's it outside the holiday tournament. So we're excited to get that whole going right there. Show the conference what talent we've got coming up and where we're at, and just really it's a great opportunity for us being that young team to just grind out a PAC schedule like that, and it's only going to make us better down the road.
And speaking PAC, who are some of the top people do you think in that conference this year?
Well, I think when you look at Forest Park, obviously you've got Howard and Reed there, but even with Princeton, I think Jace Jenkins, their point guard, he was a sophomore, had a great year last year. I thought as a freshman, us personally when we played him, I know he hit about 6 threes against us. That was one of his better games early in the season, but he had a great year. He's obviously worked out a lot in the summer. He looked even bigger. I think he's one of the top players. Looking around, Boonville's got a couple of nice players as well. I've kind of kept it more regionally for our sectional and different stuff like that. Obviously, Cale Donahoe over at South Spencer, and then just a couple players like that. But a lot of talent, and a lot of teams that you look at that should surprise people. I think there's going to be a lot of players that burst onto the scene this season in the PAC.
Well, Coach, good luck this week.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Now we're really looking forward to this weekend and seeing where we're at once Sunday comes. And I think at the end we're going to be pleased where we're developing and the direction we're going.
And you're listening to the Greg Hollinden Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Hollinden Brewster Communications. We'll see you next week. It's time for the Greg Hollinden Show. Learn each week what's going on in Tell City Marketing basketball. Brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Hollinden Brewster Communications.